You know, I'm sorry, Lace. We don't need to hear his commentary, right? The commentary that matters is ours, baby. If we're gonna talk smack, it's up to us. So let's freaking go. All right. So mythic mage tier. Mythic. The helmet is linked to the collar is linked to the helmet. Oh no, I don't like that. I never like that. Whenever it works out that way. I mean, I think it flows okay here. Like it doesn't seem to clip like it usually does. But then this is just a blood elf, so it'll be easy to see like otherwise. Now, at least the way that I'm seeing it, like the mage tier as a whole, well, I guess the iconic thing about mage tier is a thing in the back. You gotta have some sort of thing in the back for it to work. But even then, like the hood itself, it doesn't feel like a strong presentation because it's something that sits on top of just a robe, and it looks like there's no other. It doesn't look like there are any other 3D effects on it, so it just doesn't look as cool. And druids look cool. Now, so it looks like these textures here, they're like semi-transparent. And then you have a little ball there or whatever. I love the antlers though. The antlers look hella cool, especially with the glow effect. I'm pretty sure that's probably a mythic looking glow effect. Now the druid set, it looks good, but it only looks so good because for the most part, a druid doesn't look like a druid most of the time, or at least druids don't look like these most of the time. The crazy belt, I like the 3D effects on the belt. I do admit that looks cool. Whenever I look at tier, I usually pay attention most to the gloves and the feet. Dude's barefoot. Damn it. So that feels like it takes away from a lot, but I did like the way that those hands look. And as for the hunter set, I like the helmet. Now that I can see it from different angles, with the animations and stuff, I do like the shape of the helmet. It has a certain, I don't know, it has a certain definition on it. Why do they preview the druid set on a human? They always do that. I don't know why. Maybe I'm rethinking it. Like, I like the sun shafts, but I don't like the sun shafts because they feel too forced. You could see those blocks towards the end, so it has that sort of construction / progenitor sort of feel to it. The boots are plain. The boots are hella plain, except for like that little bit of a 3D texture at the very tip. But otherwise, kind of plain. The scales, I mean, they're drawn on, but I don't think you can really do much with making 3D textured scales. I think that would look like really awkward. Oh yeah, the gloves are my favorite part. All right, for the Death Knight, the contrast on the Mythic set looks kind of weird when I first look at this because you're looking at plain ass. He's wearing like aluminum shit on top of the gold stuff. It has this feeling of it just being incomplete, and that doesn't seem right. I think if most of it was gold, and then under it was like black or silver or whatever, then then that would be cool. It just seems it seems weird the way that they have these contrasting colors. I want to like them, but I think it's too much. I think silver wasn't necessary. They could have just put that made it gold. But I do like the red contrasts. The horns are cool, but the fact that it's over a hood is a little weird. Yeah. Yeah, because it's a hood. Now, I don't think, do the eyes move? I don't think the eyes move. That'd be so. I really want the eyes to move. I like the shoulders though. The shoulders are sort of plain, but they're solid. And it looks like the chain is also linked to the helmet and not the chest. So if anything, I like that. I'd love to. Yeah. So I think this would really look cool without the helmet too. Because you know me, I'm not a big fan of that stuff. So if you take off the shoulders and the helmet, then you have what looks like it's mostly that aluminum looking gray thing with the with that sort of tabard. It's weird that there's like that it comes with a tabard, right? It comes with its own tabard, so you don't want to wear a tabard with this, which sort of defeats the purpose. But I like that effect. First impression on the priest one is that it looks a bit too plain because there's like nothing for the gloves or the feet. It doesn't do anything at all. The construction effect. I'm just gonna call it the construction effect. I don't know what to say about that. It has this 90s hot rod sort of feel. It's like, hey, what would look good, guys? Fucking flames. Put flames on this thing. Oh, it'd be really cool if it would change depending on your spec. Like if you were arcane, like the effect would change a little bit, or if you're frost, the effect would change a little bit. That'd be pretty neat. But I think what I find cool about these robes are that the little 3D texture, the sort of plate thing, it doesn't look like plate like it tends to. It does feel like it's just added padding to it that gives it more texture than I think it's had in previous robes. I think they put a lot more effort into trying to make this 3D effect look real, even though it's not. Looks kind of neat. Oh, this is a priest? Oh, I'm sorry, dude. I kept thinking this was a mage. We already went through the mage. Now that does make me rethink. Why does the priest have flames on it? The concept art always looks better than in game. Stupid. Well, duh. Because they're not constrained. Because in concept art, you're not constrained by. I think that's a fine take to have, Menard. I just think it's a really weird take because it's, you know how different it is when, you know, between a 2D drawing and a 3D model. It's a world of a difference. It's a world of a difference with immediate constraints. But oh well. Flames is a priest. Okay, warlocks. This still doesn't look like a warlock. This color set does not look like a warlock. It looks like a priest. And I know that they took the hood off because they're redoing the hood. That's the only really real comment to make on that. Just like with the other cloth sets, they added some additional padding here on the side, and that's all it is. It's not like this decorative armor plating or anything like that. It's just meant to like add texture to it, and that I think helps. I think that's really cool. I think that's pretty tasteful. But this isn't a warlock. It's kind of weird. I like to see this dude run. I want to see if those little ribbony thingies like move. It looks like they don't. But I think that this style of here is a big deal. But there's nothing for the gloves and the feet, which sucks. Shoulders look way too big on a Humi. They're always too big. I tend to not comment on shoulders very much these days because I'm just not fond of shoulders. Demon hunters look nuts. They're nuts. They're blindfolded, and those are not warglaives. Those are part of. I think those are part of the shoulders, probably. Wow, there's like nothing back here. It doesn't feel like there's much that they wanted to do back here. If anything, they just wanted to like really highlight, you know, demon hunter booty. But otherwise, the legs are very, very plain. It's just a very subtle Not even a plate texture. It's just, what is that? It's just a thing. It's not even a complete thing. I don't know what that is. Now rogues look cool. Yeah, I'm still happy with how rogues look. At the same time, though, it doesn't look like a rogue because they're glowing, their face is glowing and all that. But I do really like the whole shrouding of the face, like the full mask. That instead of an actual mask, it is a it's just a thing of light. I think I can do without the antenna though. I love the gloves. Those gloves are sick. Those gloves are weapons by themselves. That would be really cool if in the future fist weapons, they actually just transmog. It's actually just transmog gloves, and you're not even holding anything. It's just something that goes. Oh, that'd be really cool. That'd be a really neat suggestion. But no, let's see. I don't think there are any 3D effects on the chest. Yeah, nothing there, which is kind of like, music's kind of loud. Sorry. Yeah, without the antenna, I think this would be a bit of a cooler set. Because then it'd be like a little bit more subtle, a little bit more thin. Now, I was at first, when I first saw the monk I'd say I was between the monk and the hunter. I was most disappointed by the way the monk looked. And this doesn't look correct either because those ribbons, they're like flying up. So I have a feeling that they'll have 3D effects on them later. That they'll have 3D effects attached to it, and then they'll droop down, because otherwise it kind of looks funny with them kind of like with the whole reverse gravity thing. But I like this one. I really, really like this one. Even though this is supposed to be leather, like this is like super chunky on a monk, which kind of tells me that, the art team was like obviously very liberal about, okay, does leather really need to be leather? Or, do we need to be constrained by that? And I could be nitpicky about this and be like, oh, well, this isn't plate, lol. But who gives a shit? I don't give, yeah, whatever. It still looks hella cool. Yeah, the freaking ribbons are on fire. But this gives a really cool shredder sort of vibe to it. Yeah, between the belt and the ribbons. I really hope those ribbons fall down. I really hope that's just like a gravity screw up of some sort. But you got the freaking like the giant beads and all that stuff. Yeah, that I dig it. I dig it. You don't want it to look like plate armor? That's fine. That's fine. We like art. We like talking about art. That's the takeaway, guys. Shaman looked gnarly. This is the first really good look that I've had at Shaman. Okay, so the gloves look dope. That has a lot to it. The feet are weird because it's barefoot and all that. But this has like this has a certain royalty to it. I think there's a problem though with the helmet, and it's that the helmet would look cool if it wasn't so freaking crazy big. But the problem here is that, we're seeing this on a human. How's it gonna look on a Tauren or a Draenei or all the other shaman races? It's gonna look even like more wild. And I want to like it. It just feels like too much. Like if instead like the shaman head was like a I'm trying to think of like I remember the old school Dragon Stalker set. This just seems a bit more chunky. Now Paladins, I want to like it. Okay, I do like it. But I can't stop looking at the helmet, because the way the helmet is shaped, so you can see like that black that black thing over the chest. That looks like a 3D effect. Yeah, so it is a 3D effect, and it's not linked to the helmet. So there's a certain flow that kind of works here to give it that illusion that it looks like a single piece that you can see right there when he moved. Like it has that look of it being just one piece, which works. But otherwise, it's just a very, like, the chest is a bit too solid and a bit too plain. I love the gloves though. The gloves look so dope. I love the gloves. I love them bitch kickers on the feet. I dig that a lot. The chest is kind of boring to me though. I will wear nothing but the gloves, and I will feel really awesome. The little glowing like tabard dick there though, it kind of draws my attention to that too, and that's kind of weird. Judgment with a hood. I like that. Can I take off the hood? And then finally, and then warriors. I love the warrior set. The way that the chest and the helmet kind of work together is cool. I love it. It's so chunky. The gloves, they look plain, but it's just solid, like this single carved piece of like fuck you. Side stuff is my gripe though is the feet. The feet look super plain. Like you have those like big, you got those big plates up front, but otherwise, well, I guess let me go back just a little bit. So yeah, it looks like these are flat. So it looks like there's like nothing extra there. It's just with the knee pads, and that's it. Otherwise, this dude is dressed like a building. Seriously, like it looks like without the shoulders, you would feel so naked without it. But I'm not gonna wear the shoulders, so screw that. Okay, so I think these are like the different colors, right? Starting with the mage. Okay, so let's look at the different colors. The shoulders look like Lego bricks. The weapons they data mined look like shit. You don't like them? I think most of them look dope. Some of them look a little weird, but I think my favorite from the data mined weapons are the guns and crossbows. Oh, they look good. Yeah. So now we're looking at the non-mythic sets. So we'll kind of get a glance at like what's lacking from it. You know, like glows and things like that. Let's see if I even give a shit about it. So I like this. I like the dark one. The contrast of colors between the reddish thing, red and all that. Green not so much, although it looks good. But green's not really my color, so I'm like, not a big deal. And then there's this grayish tone. Okay, I like that. This one looks plain, but I like plain too. And I like the shape of the hood. The collar thing looks weird to me. Okay, now this one is just like, what the hell? Okay, this one's screaming at me. How come the other ones are like glowing like a crazy fucker, and the other ones weren't? Okay, now for the Druid one. Okay, I like this darker set. I'm not too fond of like the white. Like, what is that supposed to be? Fur, maybe. Like, how do you clean that, man? I still love the gloves, though. The gloves look really cool. Okay, there's like a red on black sort of contrast. That's all right. It's a bit too obvious of a red. And then, a green. Oh, so it's a green just like the other one? Oh, is that going to be how it's going to... So does it use the same sort of color tones across all of them? I actually think that'd be kind of cool. I actually think that's kind of cool. So we can all match. We're all brothers and sisters. Ah! Okay, then we have this gold one that looks really familiar to like the other one. Okay, for the hunter one, yeah, like are we seeing like a big difference between the mythic and non-mythic sets aside from the colors? Because some people Some people make a really, really big deal out of it. It's like you gotta have like the special gloves and the special shoulders, otherwise it doesn't feel mythic, and this game is trash and blah blah blah. I think I like the red one this time, but not so much on a human. Ooh, dude, that green. Oh, oh man. I don't know about. Yeah. I don't know what difficulty this one is from, but wouldn't be happy with that one. This one I like a bit more. With the even with the gems and stuff. You know, I guess that particular one gives an example of what the mythic one would look like. Like if you can see that one. So I guess this is the indicator of like what the glows are, which to me aren't worth it. It's not a big deal. So yeah, there's that without the glows. So that, oh, okay, see, that is what I'm talking about. Last few raids in Alpha were usually green variants. Now, I don't recall off memory. See, this is the color set that I would like. If I were to decide a winner right now, winner. The green doesn't really distract from me too much. But yeah, I like that. I like this. This is good. This is good. What else we got? Not so much. Not so much. It's all right, but not so much. Okay, this other subtle color. I think this is. Wait, which one is this one? Let me see more. Show me more. I like it, and I think this is the one that was shown on the original preview. I think. Oh no, it might be a different one. Yeah, I like the contrast here than the mythic set. Okay, this is Priesty. Okay, so these. Okay, so yeah, that one looks plain, but I like it. And I didn't notice until now that there was light just kind of like leaking out from the shoulders as well. Fuck these creative. Oh, so this doesn't have the flames. Oh, wow. Okay, this dude looks like he's made out of shit. I was gonna say fondue. It's not fondue. It's made out of the stuff on cakes. Fondant. There we go. These are this is a fondant set. Oh, and that's very white. Wow, it's a Vanta white. Like, wow. Oh, so it does have that bit of so that one happens to have the texture on it. Okay. And then this one, that one looked good. So for the Warlock one, okay, that looks more like a Warlock. But I don't know, those gems, I know that we see those gems across all the different sets. It just doesn't look all that right here because I want to think Warlock, but it's not fell green. So, and I prefer it to be, okay, this contrast looks better. This feels more like a Warlock. With the reds. That this should have been a more fell green. Now I match. Yay. You know, it'd be cool. Now that I think about it, since the sets kind of look similar, I'm hoping that you can mix and match the different difficulties so you can make a contrast of your own if you really want to. I like that gray set though. That looks good. This one, not so much. They're a bit too contrasting. I really wish that Laced at least put this on an elf. Come on, man. Put it. Maybe there were viewing problems on it, so I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. But at least put this on the race restricted race, right? Oh, I never commented on the gloves. Those are good gloves. They're like smaller, but they look pretty good. I think that's 2 red. Ooh, this one I kind of like, even if it's green. The one green set that I've kind of liked so far. Oh, but then this one wins it. This super dark purple. Yeah, I think that gets it for me. Whoa. What? That looks like a totally different set. Let's go back. Okay, so why is it that this one looks like that? But oh, it's a for folks that don't want to show their midriff, I guess. Yeah. Am I doing something wrong here, or is it like that's different? That's like a different chest. Yeah, I think he might have. I think Lace might have messed up on this one. Yeah. Whoops. It's all good. Or maybe it's not. Or maybe it's not done. For all we know. Okay, that's a red rogue. That is a red rogue. Power Rangers, get them! Man, I still love those gloves, though. Those gloves are... Wait, that's straight up blood. Nah, I think about it. This dude... No. This is the Power Ranger. This is Lord Zed. Remember him? From Power Rangers? It's Lord Zed. Lord Zed colors and everything, dude. Still don't like the antenna, shoulder antenna. Okay, that green I kind of like too. That one's all right. And then this is the one from the original, from the original release, which I still like. I know people don't like the gray. Oh yeah, that's more like it. That's more like it. I dig that. And then that one, I'm still not fond of that sort of contrast. I still like the rogues. I still like the monk set. The monk set looks hella cool. I mean, you can look at this and you know, I can envision this being like a really thick leather, but you know. Okay, the red set I like. The mythic one I think is my favorite so far though. That one looked really good. I just hope that I'm right about the ribbons. Oh, this one's good too. Oh, look at that shit. And then yeah, and I noticed those glows. I think that might have something to do with it being mythic too. Maybe. I think that the Shaman is my least favorite set. Sorry, Shaman. Oh, is that a 3D texture on top of that? Oh, that is. Okay. But it feels like there's just too much going on. Yeah, it feels too busy, and it's not even like a complete set. Like, I gotta put on a shirt if it's cold. Yeah. It feels like there's too, yeah, it just feels like there's too much. Like, I don't get what's going on with the shoulders. Like, what is that thing that sticks out? It's just there to, it's like a handlebar. You think it'll look awesome on an orc? Yeah, show this to me. Show me this on an orc. It could be the character model, and maybe I'll change my mind. But right now this feels like last place. It look oh okay. That looks a lot better. As you can tell, I'm more of a fan of like subtle colors. So I think what bothers me the most about the Shaman one is similar to the Druid one. The Druid, to me, it makes up for it with the helmet. But the thing with the Shaman is that you have like these extra things, fuzzy things, furry things, whatever it is, on the hands and feet that kind of turn me off. Okay, that's the Oh, I love the colors on those gloves. What sucks is that the belt looks like there's nothing to it. It's just like a little micro dick, like right over there. Like, boop, I am the belt. Oh, look at me. I'm hoping that the sash is part of the belt, because I'm not gonna wear that. Ooh, that contrast I like, because I'm not gonna wear the helmet. That looks cool, or the shoulders. The green doesn't look bad either, because it still uses mostly like the black. Ooh, purple! I like this purple set. For the light. Yeah, this dude does not look like he's for the light. That black set though, that looks cool. And then finally, well, really, red? Is that right? That looks a bit too out of place. So I don't know. That might be the wrong one. And it's not playing. Uh-oh. Oh yeah. I think that was the wrong one. Yeah, I think you just put it on there, like whoops, because then it changes to the next set and it's like the same. So, whoops. Okay, well, with everything else, that looks all right. It's a bit too red though. Yeah, this dude is a building, straight building. Now this one, yeah, I think more than anything, like the gray sets are the ones that really like call to me, mostly because I know that I can mix and match those. But yeah, I like this gray set. Like, I'll probably not wear the belt in most cases. I'll use a tabard or something like that, or I'll just leave it alone. Like one thing that I notice is that without a belt, you find that the interaction between the chest and the pants don't work all that great. Which of the gray sets? I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm digging this so far. I'm liking these. Now, you guys know me. I look at transmog and I look at the complete set, sure, but for the most part, when it comes to whether I like something, it's usually because I'm looking at I'm looking at them in individual pieces. I don't really care very much about I don't really care much about like the complete set. I'll very rarely wear the whole thing, except for just to like wear it and then show off, and then just look at my character on it. But that's not a big deal. I'm definitely more about like, okay, those gloves. I think on just about all of them, I think the gloves look great. The feats, some of them were definitely a disappointment, because some of them were just like sandals, or they were barefoot, or they were just like a plain texture under the robes, which I know there's not a lot you can do with those. But I would, it sucks that when it comes to the way when it comes to the way sets look, or certain sorts of transmog, you gotta sacrifice. So if you wear a robe, then the feet, you're not gonna see the feet. Why even bother with those?